Okay, so in this video, I have three things coming up for you. The first thing being a new niche that you can target for quite a few people on quite a few different events and occasions. The second thing being a short Canva tutorial on how you can create covers for this niche. And this is going to help you create your low content book covers in general, because if you're doing niches like the one I'm about to show you, then you're probably going to have at least 10 of these being put out. So it doesn't make sense to keep hiring someone to do your covers. That's going to cost you a small fortune. So I'm going to show you a way that you can make these in Canva. And then at the end of the video, we're going to take a look at a super targeted niche, just as an extra bonus. I'm not really sure that I want to put it into a separate video, but it's super target, super specific, and it's a low content book as well. Okay, so this first niche is the coupons book niche. Now, unfortunately, this is too late for Valentine's Day, and I've been a bit lazy myself and missed out on this one because these coupon book things were unbelievably popular, selling like absolute crazy. Some of the hottest selling low content books I think I've ever actually seen on Amazon. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't target different occasions for these coupon books. So I'm going to show you what these are very quickly. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've typed in coupon book for boyfriend, and as you can see, this is on the UK store here. I don't know why, for some reason I've had more luck finding good niches on the UK store than I have on the .com store. I'm not quite sure why that is, but here they are. These are the coupon books, and these were absolutely amazing for Valentine's Day, and I think it's a couple days before Valentine's Day now, so they're probably starting to die off a little bit, this type of book, this specific type, the Valentine's Day one. However, like I say, we can actually target different events and different people with this niche later on in the year as well. So I think in this case, if you're doing coupon books, then you just need to really think of an event where it might be suitable to give someone a coupon book. And for me, birthday is quite an obvious one outside of Valentine's. So if we take a look at birthday here, we can see that there's a couple blank ones and there's some that are obviously aimed toward Valentine's as well. But the birthday one here, as you can see, this one is independently published. It's ranked 81,000 in books on the UK store. That's making this person some good money every single month. And it's not specific to Valentine's Day either. Obviously, this is a birthday one, so this could be at any point during the year. So this is a good enough sign for me to think that this type of coupon book is selling throughout the year and isn't just a flash in the pan type of niche either. So as you can see, these are selling quite well, and I imagine that they're selling quite well throughout the course of the year. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't do Valentine's Day ones or even ones that you think will be selling toward Christmas, because I think it's never too early to prepare for Christmas and Valentine's Day. For me, those are the two, like this month for Valentine's Day and Christmas, these are the two biggest months, and I think you should always try and get books out as soon as you can. Even if we're like the opposite end of the year for these occasions, it's always never too soon to start putting books out for these. But if you're more interested in something that sells all year round, then the Happy Birthday blank coupon book niche is a pretty good choice, I would have said. So let's just go ahead and take a look inside one of these books now. Okay, so I'm inside someone's book here, and as you can see, it's going to be just one page repeated over and over and over, as per most low content books. So this design here is obviously quite simple. You can have this outsourced for a couple dollars. Again, I can't teach you how to do this because I don't do any interior designing myself, because I think it's a waste of time. And for the sake of a couple dollars, just have this outsourced on Upwork.com. That's the only place that I use. And you could have them make this here with the scissor and the perforated lines here as well. Okay, so moving on into the cover tutorial here. Now, I'm no expert at creating covers, but I have created a lot myself in Canva. Mostly, well, pretty much all for my low content books, I make them in Canva. So what we want to do first is decide what size our book is going to be. So if we're making one of these blank coupon books here, I think it's safe to say we want to do it in the same style that other people have been doing, like this here. And we can just go ahead and see what sizes that they're using. So we've got 8.25 by 6 inches. So I think that's a pretty good size for a coupon book. So let me show you now how you can go ahead and create these covers very quickly in Canva. Okay, so here we are at Canva, but the first step that we need to take is to head across to Google, and then we need to type in KDP Cover Template. and then go to the first link. Okay, so that's going to bring you to this page here. We're going to have to go ahead and just fill out your trim size. So the book size that we decided on here was 8.25 by 6, I believe, 8.25 by 6 inches here. So go ahead and click that. Page count. Now I'm going to go ahead and guess there's probably around 100 pages. Obviously, if you're going to do this niche, check this out for yourself first and then to come up with a number that you think is acceptable. Let's see what the other person's doing quickly. 60 pages. Okay, let's try 60 pages then. 60 pages in here. And then you need to go ahead and select your paper color. I'm going to go ahead and just go with white. I think that's fine with me. And then just click download cover template. Okay, so once you've downloaded your template here and extracted your zip file, you can go ahead, and what you want to do is, because I don't think you can put this PNG file straight into Canva. Well, the last time that I tried this, it didn't let me, so we need to convert it to a JPEG file. So what you can do is just open the PNG file that you've just downloaded from the zip folder and open it with Paint. So you right click, then go ahead and click on Edit with Paint 3D. All right, so this has brought up your template here that we just downloaded, and you want to come across to File and then Save As, and then just click on JPEG and download the JPEG file of this here. Then we can load that into Canva in just a moment, okay? Okay, so we decided on the size of our book, and we've gone ahead, downloaded the template, we've gone ahead and then converted that PNG file into a JPEG so that we can put it into Canva. But now we need to know what size Canva design we need to work with to make sure that the template fits in correctly. Okay, so there is a calculation that you need to do, and it's not one that I can remember off the top of my head, so I'm going to have to do it in a calculator, and I'll show you exactly what the calculation is as well in just a second. Okay, so here it is, the cover calculations that we need to put into Canva. So to create the width of the book, we need to do the width plus the spine size plus 0.125 plus 0.125, and then the height is a bit simple. The height is a bit simpler with height plus 0.125 plus 0.125. So what we can do here is just load up the JPEG file that we downloaded. Okay, so what I suggest you do is you go ahead and get the JPEG file loaded up, as you can see that I've done here, and have the calculator up on screen as well. And for some reason my calculator app isn't working, so I'm gonna have to do it in Google, or you can do it on your phone or wherever. So let's go ahead and check the measurements again. Okay, so it's width plus spine size. Let's remember that for the start. So width plus spine size. Okay, so the width is 8.25, so let's do that. So 8.25 plus 8.25 plus the spine width, which is 0.14, as we can see here, plus 0.14, and then plus 0.125, and then plus 0.125 again. Okay, so that gives us our width of 1689. So we can go ahead and put this first number into Canva. And now if this makes it easy for you, if you do create a book like this with 8.25 inches by 6 inches with 60 pages, then you can just take my calculation here and use that instead. But although I would recommend that you go ahead and actually learn to do this calculation yourself for future books. Okay, so that was 1689. We've gone ahead and we clicked create a design. 16.89 inches. Now we need to do the height. Okay, so the height was height plus 0.125 plus 0.125. So let's find the height of our book, which was 6 inches. So that's 6 plus 0.125 plus 0.125. And that gives us a total of 6.25 for the height of our book. So we can go ahead back to Canva and type in 6.25. And then click create new design. Okay, so this is our Canva template now. If this is correct, then we'll be able to go ahead and upload the template correctly into this. It should fit exactly into this rectangle here on screen. So let's go ahead and now upload that JPEG file that we downloaded into Canva. So just go to uploads and then upload media. And then just find where you saved the cover template. And here it is. I saved it on my desktop and now it is uploading into Canva right now. So just click that. Now, if I've done this correctly, then I should be able to drag this to here and it fit properly. And it fits absolutely perfectly. So we've done that well. Okay, so what we need to do now is design our cover inside of the red lines here. We need to make sure that the main text that we're going to put on this, or the main image that goes on this, is inside these red lines. Okay, so we have, this is the front of the book and this is the back of the book. Now what you have here is where your barcode for your book is going to go. So anything that you put over this area here is going to get covered by a barcode. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so what I'm going to do here for this example is just make a real quick design. So what you can do is you can come over to the elements section and click on shapes here. So let's say that we want a black front cover and black back cover as well. We can just pick on the square here and change the color up here to black. And just a very small tip, if you can call it that, when I come to uploading black covers, I actually use a slightly lighter color than the actual black. I found that it sells better. So what I mean is if you come over to the color picker here and just move it down slightly to about here, I find this color is way more appealing on the eye and it actually sells better than the dark black. Might just be me, but it's something that I've found over the last sort of year or so. And then what we can do is just drag that to top right here until it snaps, so it'll snap into place. And what you want to do is cover the whole right hand side of your book here. So you can just drag it all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down until it hits this first line here. Can you see this dotted line? Drag it until it hits this line like that. It's probably going to snap into place. Okay, so that's our front cover. Now, obviously you could have just covered the whole thing if you're doing it all black, but if you're doing pictures, then obviously you'd have to do each one separately. So let's assume that the back cover, for whatever reason, is going to be yellow. So we can pick the square, choose yellow, and do the same thing that we did on the other side. So just put it up to the top left until it snaps, then drag it all the way down, keep going. We can drag it across here until it hits this line here, this one here. Okay, so there we go, and that leaves us with a the spine here, which is too small. When it comes to spines that are this small, I don't bother putting anything in. I just tend to do this. I will just cover it with whatever side here, because the spine is so small. However, if you have like a bigger spine, let's say like it comes to here instead, then what you can do is come across to the shapes like this and just create the spine by doing that, if that makes sense. Okay, so obviously the number of pages in this book was too small, but let's just assume that it was bigger, and you would go ahead and you'd put something like in there to make the spine. All right. Okay, and there you go. You have your front cover and your back cover. But what you want to do now is to make sure that anything that you put on the front cover and back cover is within those lines. So what you can do is go ahead and just finish your design first. So what I'm going to do is just put some text on it. Now, the text that I like to use for most of my low content books is one called Oswald. Okay, so let's assume this is a coupon book for Mother's Day. Okay, obviously I'd make it look much nicer than this, but let's just go with this for now. And then obviously you can have some hearts in here or whatever design you want in the middle. And then you can do the same on the back, put whatever you want on the back. I think for a coupon book, maybe you don't have to put anything. But what we want to do after you've done your design here is to make sure that it's within the template guidelines, okay? So what I like to do is I come across to each side and just click on it. So I left click on it until it selects the box that we've made, and then just come up to the transparency option here and just start to lower it down until we can see the template behind. Now, as you can see, all my text is well within these red lines here, so it's going to be absolutely fine and it'll be accepted by Amazon. However, if your text or your image is hitting these lines, you're probably going to have your book rejected because it's too close to the edges. So just make sure that it fits within these red lines here, okay? And also what you want to do when you've finished making your cover is just to go ahead and drag one of the sides off, click on the cover template beneath, and then just delete it with the backspace key, okay? There we go, you have your cover. You just come across to download, then go to PDF, print and download that, and that's absolutely fine to go ahead and upload onto your listing. Again, hopefully yours will look considerably better than this because I've just done it very quickly, but that's how you can make a lot of covers for each low content book that you put out, okay? So if you'd like a tutorial that is a bit more in depth with this and I take a bit more time doing examples and making a nicer looking cover, just let me know and I'll put across a video showing just that, okay? Okay, so moving on to the final section of this video here, and if you stuck with this video for this long, well done, because you now have a bonus niche and it's very specific, and this is a friendship book here. So it's Why You're My Bestie, and it's a personalized, I guess you could call it like a prompted notebook, journal, thing, whatever, but it's the same sort of size as the coupon ones that we just saw, and this is how I came across that. I eventually ended up on a page just like this, and I went through a few of these Why You're My Bestie books, and they all seem to be selling quite well despite being on amazon.co.uk. When I searched them on .com, it wasn't as popular, it didn't seem, but on the UK, a few people were doing it and they were selling really well. But all these books are, if we take a look at this person's here. So Why You're My Bestie, you know how to make a cover like this now. And then just inside it's just prompted. Here we go. So number one, the first page is you make me whatever more than anyone else. So the person, they give it to their friend and then they go ahead and just fill in the answers to these prompted messages in here. You make me whatever more than anyone else. When I see something, I always think of you. So you can do about 40 of these. You can make this design in Canva. This is probably the easiest design on the planet. If you can't do this, then I don't think I can help you, but it's very, very easy. It's a line with some text on it. So go ahead and make this. And yeah, this is the bonus niche. It's a really good one. It's very specific and I think it's selling quite well. Okay, so that's it for a super long video here from me. And if you think this has helped you find a cool niche or you like the idea of this niche, go ahead and please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And once again, plenty more to come.